Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Thank you very much for watching this program. And now we're going to start our program. And before starting, I would like to say that today I'm not interested to write anything on board. Just I want to say something so that you can develop your skillness on English, and that will be very much effective for you. Okay. So I think that if you want to develop your skillness on English, you have to follow some techniques which will be very much effective for you. And by following these tips, you can go or you can achieve your goal. That is very important. Actually, we see that most of the students in our country very weak in English. Behind this, having some reasons. Actually, most of them are very talented, but they don't get the proper way to develop their skillness on English. That's why, in spite of having their talentness, having their qualities, having their abilities, they can develop themselves. So I hope that if you follow today's tips, by short time you will be able to make yourself very perfectly, and you will be able to speak very smoothly, very freely, very nicely within a short time. First, I'd like to say that actually we see that most of the students in our country are very weak. First, they feel hesitation, and also they feel shyness at the time of making or to continue themselves as a learner of English. So I think that it will be your duty to remove your shyness, because if you feel shyness, so you'll not be able to solve any problem, and if you could not solve a problem, you'll not be able to get any benefit, and you will not see any development in your life. So I hope that from today you have to remove your shyness. Secondly, of course, you have to try to develop yourself each and every day by reading newspaper and also textbooks, which will be very much effective for you. Finally, if you want to speak in English very nicely without any hesitation, without any problem, of course you have to find out a very positive environment which will be very much effective, because we see that most of the students, most of the common people in our country talking Bengali. That's why we don't get very proper way. That's why, and we don't get any support from anyone. That's why we don't develop ourselves. So it will be very wise to find out someone. That means those who are capable to speak in English. So you have to mix yourself with him or her, and you have to take help from him or her. And this way, if you could continue yourself, just you will see that by short time you will be able to develop yourself. This is also very important, that as now we are confined or we are in our house due to COVID-19, so you have enough time, you have vast time in your hands, because you are not getting your college, school or university. This time you have to try by yourself. Finally, I want to say that it will be very wise for you to watch Tucci or to watch BBC, NDTV, okay, and also CNN, Al Jazeera. These channels broadcast 24 hours English news. So if you could follow that, that will be very effective for you. So I hope that today's tips you will get much more benefits, and if you could follow these tips you will get benefits. And in spite of trying hard and soul, if you don't see that yes, you are not developing yourself and you are not getting very positive result, so just take on communicate with us, and we must try to give you some ideas. So okay, today I want to finish, and the next time will be more. Okay, bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Like a Hellcat.